all alone, sipping on that lonely drink, staring at your telephone, waiting on his call. Looks like you could use a laugh to fire up that pretty smile. I can go and tip the band to play your song. I don't pretend to know him in the end. All I'm saying is if he don't wanna bring you flowers, and if he won't lay around for hours on a Sunday when you wanna just chill, baby I will, baby I will. And if he can't hurry up and take you out to slow dance, I hope you know I want him. Girl, if he ain't gonna love you with a love that's real, baby I will. We could slip into a corner booth, get out of this rowdy crowd. I wanna hear your pretty voice. Tell me all about your hometown and your mama, your friends and all their drama. You've got my attention, you don't need him. Cause if he don't wanna bring you flowers, and if he won't lay around for hours on a Sunday when you wanna just chill, baby I will, baby I will. And if he can't hurry up and take you out to slow dance, I hope you know I want him. Girl, if he ain't gonna love you with a love that's real, yeah, baby I will. Baby I will. He don't make you go ooh like he used to. He don't make you go ooh like he used to. If he don't wanna bring you flowers, and if he won't lay around for hours on a Sunday when you wanna just chill, baby I will, baby I will. And if he can't hurry up and take you out to slow dance, I hope you know I want him. Girl, if he ain't gonna love you with a love that's real, yeah, baby I will. Baby I will.
UvaldeRadio.net live at the TCMAs. We're at Billy Bob's, Texas, the world's largest honky tonk in the Fort Worth Stockyards. I love saying things like that. Honky tonk. And I'm Robert Miguel. Our live coverage is brought to you by a Bottle and Bag Liquor and Guns and Cena Properties. Also, visit UvaldeCounty.com, only in Uvalde.com, the Main Street Uvalde program, and many other fine sponsors. Be sure and check out all the information on UvaldeRadio.net. I'm here with members of the Buckin' Crazy Band. What's going on, guys? Are you bucking crazy?
Yes, sir. We definitely are.
Currently, because we're still in this calendar week, currently the #1 Texas country song on Uvalde Radio.
That was amazing.
Very cool.
You know, it's still soaking in right now. It's a shock, and I want to thank Uvalde. Thank you guys so much. I mean, it means the world. We've worked so hard to get where we're at right now, and we're still grinding. We're still grinding as we speak. But we got the writer here to a girl like that. I was just a co-writer.
Right.
I was in the room. This is the original writer.
It's such a great song, man. So let's talk about the inspiration of the track, because I feel like as far as songs go, it has got every necessary element. Great melody, great musicianship. Dude, the vocals, man, are just kind of sexy, and I'm just a dude saying that. You know, there's a certain kind of flair that you put in that stuff,
and you
man.
got to give it up for Johnny Garcia, our producer. He's actually doing the backups. He's doing the backups to that song. He's the lead guitar player for Garth Brooks, and we're blessed that he's our producer.
That's so good.
Yes, so he's actually doing the backups on that, and he's done an amazing job.
But he also arranged the music. He was the melody master on that. We took my lyrics, put it down. I wrote that song about 10 years ago on a drunken stupor about a girl who wouldn't pay attention.
You need to drink more often, bro.
Yeah. we were on stage and this girl was just way out of our league, you know, and she would never give us the time of day. But we never saw her again, so we wrote the song about it.
It's the best inspiration, right? Just that longing. It's good stuff. So 10 years. So what was there? Different versions? Did it evolve over the years? Or did it just sat there dormant
forever? It just sat there dormant because we were a working band, we were a gigging band, we were out in the trenches in the honky tonks. We never got time to get into the studio, but once COVID hit, there wasn't much to do, so we got invited by Johnny up to Nashville, and we recorded a couple songs. And so we're going to wrap up that EP soon, and we got a new EP coming out in February with a new single also.
So that's exciting. So I know that the current single's it's going into recurrent.
Right.
It's kind of had its chart life. So we're glad that we got it on finally. And again, I'm sorry we got on a little bit late, but man, it's just people just been putting out that music since I guess everybody was locked down for a while,
right,
and then everybody got free, and everybody's just started throwing music at our faces. But and we're going to keep playing it, man. So it's locked in the playlist. So what is the new material shaping up to sound like?
It's a little bit it's dark. It's a little darker than Girl Like That was upbeat and happy and cheery.
Kind of fun and cute and happy.
This one's a little darker. It's in the minor chords, but it's still a rocking kind of a song.
Nice.
So we're hoping that it turns out really good. Again, it's about it's not a revenge song, but it's about broken heart, of course.
And if you notice, we do have a squeeze box in that song.
Squeeze box, got to do it.
The song's called "Praying for Rain."
Latinos, man, you got to have a little bit of that going on, right?
It's our roots.
Yeah.
But the new one's called "Praying for Rain." So we're looking forward to that one.
All right.
Yeah,
It'll be out in February. And hey, man, I love what you're doing in the community in Uvalde out there.
Yes.
You're always out there pushing things, and I see you guys I follow you guys completely, and I'm really honored that you guys.
I appreciate that. That's part of the reason I guess we got nominated also for Internet Station of the Year. So
we voted for you again.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you guys so much. So and it's cool to see you guys out here. I know we saw each other at the T3Rs at Arlington, and it's cool that you guys are getting out. Making the rounds. A lot of this is the networking part of it.
Absolutely.
Is a big part of it too.
We're old guys, but we're new to this. So.
Yeah, same here, man. But I feel like being my age, still being able to learn things, but that's part of it, knowing that you're always learning,
Absolutely.
right? So, man, we're excited to hear the new stuff, and I guess for those who don't know where to find you, tell us how to, because your Facebook's a little hard to find, because there's another Bucking Crazy on there.
I think somebody stole it from Oklahoma,
what
right?
the
We've
heck?
had problems lately.
Okay.
So, but you can find us at buckandcrazymusic.com, and that'll point you to all our social media.
Now that's Buck, the letter N,
and
crazy,
music.com.
Okay. Buckandcrazymusic.com. All right. So what else, guys? Anything else? Any other good news we can talk about?
We appreciate everything you've done.
Yeah, man.
There's some big names on that list. I mean, I was shocked.
Well, we pray it's a great tune. You guys want to introduce it? We're going to play it right now. Is that cool?
Absolutely.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right, guys. This is our single, "A Girl Like That." I hope you enjoy it.
You're listening to it on Uvalde Radio.
I've seen around from time to time, down at the family's home with a partner in crime. From the stage as she dances by, a Johnny Cash shirt and her big blue eyes. Through the smoke and the lights, she'll sneak a peek. Two-stepping on that old sawdust, one look is all I need. Man, she's got that thing, wearing that Lone Star smile, corral boots and Daisy Dukes, ain't never going out of style. Something about her country girl, in a longhorn cap and a ponytail. Whoa, I wish I had a girl like that. Strumming on my old guitar, South Texas time. She's a light that's shining bright in that neon sky. A girl like that is all I need, long necks hanging off her fingertips. Daisy Doe putting on a show all through the night. Looking at her and looking at me with those good kiss me eyes. Man, she's got that thing, wearing that Lone a longhorn cap and a ponytail. Whoa, I wish I had a girl like that. A couple more bandana shots to get my courage up. She's out of my league, I don't give a damn. I'm gonna try my luck. Man, she's got that thing, wearing that Lone Star smile, corral boots and Daisy boots, ain't ever going out of style. There's something about a country girl in a longhorn cap and a ponytail. Whoa, I wish I had a girl like that. Whoa, I wish I had a girl like that.
UvaldeRadio.net. We are live at the TCMA Awards at Billy Bob's, Texas, the world's largest honky tonk. And I've got with me Kylie Frey. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
It's the first time I'm going to talk to you ever. This is awesome.
Oh my gosh,
I've been
I
waiting.
know.
You're like on my bucket list.
Oh, thank
So cool.
you.
So Kylie, you're like a
Thank
big
you.
deal, man.
You know what? I'm just Kylie, but thanks.
Well, we love what you do. We're so excited to have you on our airwaves or Ethernet, whatever we kind of call it. But man, you are up for a couple of awards: Entertainer of the Year,
Yep.
and Female Artist of the Year, right?
Yes.
So now, have you won either of those before in past years?
This is my first nomination.
Wow.
Yes.
You know, see, I know you're relatively new, but I feel like you've already so accomplished, right? You've got a firecracker, man. Just
been at it for a minute, and you know, we like everyone else, just paying my dues.
But right, what you look like you really popped recently, though, right? Like you've had really a couple of
I guess so.
high-profile things happening.
I've been trying to, yeah.
So give us, for those who don't know, give us the history, you know, the backstory. How'd you start? How'd you get inspired? And then what brought you to where you are now?
Sure. I grew up in Louisiana, Opelousas, right above Lafayette, and I just always loved to sing from a young age. Had no music in my family. I grew up rodeoing. I was a goat tire, breakaway roper, and that's what introduced me to Texas country music. Was my goat tying coach. And so I grew up on the music, and I grew up playing guitar, singing songs in the back of the tailgate after a rodeo, and it just kind of one thing led to another, and I started recording some music, and here we are.
You're still very attached to that cowgirl life, right?
Yeah.
So how much time do you find yourself, you know, out there on the horses doing that thing versus the recording and performing? Do you have to kind of wedge that in and make sure
honestly
that stays a part of you?
It's funny because I went from rodeo and having a horse is a full-time job, right?
Yeah.
And being an artist, being on the road all the time, it doesn't really go hand in hand.
That's a full-time job too, yeah.
So I've kind of set it aside for a minute so that I can build my artist career and hopefully one day have the Reba Ranch and all of that stuff. But I'll rope calves every now and then and help with some goat tying clinics, and very involved in rodeo, yeah.
Well, I mean, and it comes out in your songs, obviously. I mean, you're definitely a Western vibe. What is that process like? Do you find songs from other artists? Or are you writing primarily most of them? How do you gather that material?
So I write most of my stuff. I have a publishing deal with Carnival Music, and writing is a full-time job.
Have any other interesting artists recorded some of your stuff?
I've had a feature this past year. I haven't had anyone pick up a song of mine yet. We're working on it. I'm very new to my deal, but I had Randy Houser on this last song. I had him as a feature on a song that I wrote about my grandpa, and so that was really cool. Yeah.
So is that something you'd like to do, or you're just like, I mean, do you like songwriting or performing? Like, if you had to pick?
Sure, I love them both for different reasons. I got into it because of songwriting. Like, it was my outlet. I never really thought I'd be the artist singing my own songs, and somewhere along the way I decided I was crazy enough to do it. So yeah, but I found a whole different love and passion for being the one up on stage singing them. So
well, we're so glad you do it, because you're the total package. You got it all. You're talented, beautiful. You know, you got the vibe. Everything's cool.
Thank
you're perfect.
you.
So,
it's all about the vibe.
Thank you so much, and congratulations on your nominations.
Thank you.
We're rooting for you. All right.
Appreciate it.
Again, Kylie Frey here. You want to give us like the plugs, the webs, and all that stuff?
Sure. You can find me at Kylie French Fry on all the socials, and at KylieFrey.com for everything else.
Kylie French Fry.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep.
All right, so find Kylie online and check out her stuff. We'll play one of her songs right now. This is UvaldeRadio.net, live at the TCMAs.
Wild like a Mustang, it's never been my thing to settle in one place too long. I got a habit of being attracted to doing whatever I want. I'm a little more rhinestone than diamond. Go ahead and call me misguided. Oh, I never thought that I'd get caught daydreaming of being a bride. But just my luck, I've been struck, and suddenly I'm changing my mind. 'Cause looking at you, I'm starting to think I'm ready to do that I do thing. Yeah, looking at you, looking at me, I'm ready to do that I do thing. Yeah. Wide picket fences just always seem senseless. Never let my defenses down. And I wasn't planning on forever standing, more partial to running around. You're a little more keeper than throwback. You look good on me and I like that. Oh, I never thought that I'd get caught daydreaming of being a bride. But just my luck, I've been struck, and suddenly I'm changing my mind. 'Cause looking at you, I'm starting to think I'm ready to do that I do thing. Yeah, looking at you, looking at me, I'm ready to do that I do thing. I'll take it. I'm a little more rhinestone than diamond. Yes, I'm gonna be Mrs. Misguided. Whoops. Though I never thought that I'd get caught daydreaming of being a bride. But just my luck, I've been struck, and suddenly I'm changing my mind. 'Cause look at you, I'm starting to think I'm ready to do that I do thing. Yeah, looking at you, looking at me, I'm ready to do that I do thing. Looking at dresses, looking at rings, I'm ready to do that I do thing. Yeah.
UvaldeRadio.net, live at the TCMAs. We're at Billy Bob's, Texas, the world's largest honky-tonk. And I've got the man who's large and in charge, Curtis Grimes, in the house. What's up, CG?
What's going on?
How you doing, man? It's good to see you.
I'm great. Good to see you too.
Now, the last time I saw you at one of these social gala events, you had your beautiful wife with you. I don't see her in tow with you now. Is she here or is she
No,
chilling?
they're at home. So we got
All right.
2 babies now.
Oh
so
my gosh,
it's
that's
a
right.
Squad. So they're at home. But
How is that going for you? I mean, it's
great.
being a parent's tough, but when you start having them multiple kids, it gets even. It's just amplified, man. It's to the nth, as they say.
You're right. But that was I guess the silver lining of the whole COVID deal.
Yeah.
Was I got to spend a lot of time at home with my family, especially when our boy.
I thought we were going to go into like
our boy
lifetime
was
home making
1.
babies.
Our boy was 1.
Right.
So that time goes so fast.
Yeah, it does.
So if there was ever time in my career where I had to stay home for a period of time, like that worked out good.
Very, very cool.
But no, we're good. Back at it. My wife's a teacher, so we're kind of in school mode right now.
Yeah. And how has pandemic life and all that stuff we've talked about that before. As a teacher, you guys kind of got an inside track on how it's affecting our society. You feeling pretty good about it?
Right. Yes, sir. It's getting back to normal now, and everything kind of chilled out for this year. But last year was her first year.
Wow.
So she got into the worst possible time.
Yeah.
To go through the rigmarole. But
jump in the
good.
fire.
I know, right? It's only gonna get easier from
now,
here.
Curtis, your new song, I gotta say, I love your stuff, but I in particularly love Noah Built Boat, man.
Thanks, man.
The song is it's so cool, and I mean, I feel it brings me back to almost like Bible, like Sunday school, like when you were learning, about the little characters in the Bible and whatnot. Just a throwback to but but in a legit Texas country, formatted song and a good life lesson kind of thing. Let's talk about, No Built to Boat. What's the inspiration? How'd you get the song? Did you write it? Did someone bring it to you?
So I guess the part we wanted to focus on was the lesson. What's the point of the song? Because we know the 2x2, the animals and the ark and the flood. But for me, the deeper message of the story, the song is more about Noah's obedience and following his call and God's will for his life.
No matter how crazy he looked.
And not worried about what other people around him thought or said. And that's kind of where we are now, too.
It's very relevant where we are right now. Right,
and wants to tell you what to think or what to say or do. But at the end of the day, ultimately, all that matters is what's going on between you and God. And that's what I took out of that story. So that's what we tried to make the song about, more so than the children's story.
But you're right, though. I mean, right now is the time where that message is so needed, because it does feel like, you and I, we know what we believe. So I'll go ahead and say it. When you got the mainstream media, when you got all these people saying things, and you feel like the one guy, you feel like Noah, you feel like the one guy that doesn't believe it or doesn't go with it, And it's good to make that statement and for people to go, yeah, exactly, man.
Absolutely.
So great stuff. So what's in the future? Any more singles, albums, tours? What's
for
the
the rest of the year, we're doing this acoustic little holiday tour thing with William Michael Morgan.
That's right.
David Adam Burns and Brian Callahan. So we start that next week. That'll kind of coast us through the rest of the year, and then honestly, I don't know, man. Next year, we'll see what happens.
Well, we're so used to kind of not knowing the future, right? So yeah.
So we're booking shows, but I don't know. It's kind of weird thinking a year ahead right now. We don't even know what's going to be going on next month.
Well, as long as you keep cracking out a song or two every few months for us, we appreciate it.
So I went and recorded songs 4 blocks at a time. So I'm always playing a year music-wise.
Right, yeah.
But it's really more about touring and that stuff. What's going to be open, out-of-state shows I think are going to be weird. Texas is probably cool. Florida would probably be cool. But I don't know what's going to go on outside of that. But music-wise, we'll still keep.
And that just means we got to keep you in Texas a little bit more. That's all the better, man. So very cool.
All right.
Well, we've been talking to Curtis Grimes here at the TCMAs. He's about to jump on that red carpet, have a good time. So, man, thank you for spending a couple of minutes with us. And I guess give us the plug, social media, website, all that stuff.
Just CurtisGrimes.com, and I'll put all the links on.
Curtis on there, man. Find him, and let's do it. Noah Built a Boat. This is UValleyRadio.net live at the TCMAs.
Tell you you're a crazy fool. Dreams are something you wake up from and not pursue. When God opens a door, well, He'll lead you through. So take that leap of faith or you regret what you didn't do. Remember, Noah built a boat sitting in the sand, told everybody said, man, you've lost your mind this time. That thing ain't never gonna float. So let them call you crazy, maybe it's true, but there's nothing impossible to do with a little bit of faith, and a whole lot of hope. Wasn't even supposed to rain when Noah built a boat. It won't be easy, and that's a cold hard fact. It can spin you around, flip you upside down, leave you flat on your back. And when you think you can't, just hold your head up high until it rains for 40 days and 40 nights. Remember, Noah built a boat sitting in the sand, told everybody said, man, you've lost your mind this time. That thing ain't never gonna float. So let them call you crazy, maybe it's true, but there's nothing impossible to do with a little bit of faith, and a whole lot of hope. Wasn't even supposed to rain when Noah built a boat. Take every chance you get
don't you quit. 'Cause if you believe it's true, it starts with you. Noah built a boat sitting in the sand, told everybody said, man, you've lost your mind this time. That thing ain't never gonna float. So let them call you crazy, maybe it's true, but there's nothing impossible to do with a little bit of faith and a whole lot of hope. Wasn't even supposed to rain when Noah built a boat. Oh, Noah built a boat.
TCMAradio.net. We're live at the TCMA, so we're over at Billy Bob's, Texas, the world's largest honky-tonk, and we've got, as you said, Crystal Yates.
Yes.
Nominated for
Christian Artist of the Year.
Christian Artist of the Year. So let's talk about your thing. Now, is this because of a record you put out, a song, or overall just because you're an awesome Christian?
Because I love God, but I also write country music, so I guess, they had to call on
Oh,
me.
with God on your side, how could you not get nominated, right? I mean, that's a big guy. So.
Well, I hope so.
Well, tell us a little bit about your career. Have you been doing Christian music the whole time, or has it been something you kind of moved into? Or
So I grew up on Waylon and Hank and all that stuff, but I had a granny that was a praying woman, and so all those fused together. I had one granny that dipped snuff and kept the snuff cup on the ironing board, and I had the other granny that was a prayer warrior, and I'm somewhere in between.
And it's funny because I think country, outlaw, all that stuff, it is kind of there's this weird dichotomy. There's just all the outlaws had gospel tunes, and
yes.
so it's really no surprise.
And I love writing Christian music, so I write for other artists, and that's where I've had probably more success is writing for other artists. Like last year I had my first top 10 Christian hit on the Billboard chart. So
nice. And which one was that?
It was called "I Got Saved" by Selah.
Wow, so, that's a big name too in Christian music.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
So how would you describe your style or your songwriting style for those who haven't heard you yet?
Okay, well, we call it swampy because it's like a little bit of gospel. We're from the Panhandle of Florida originally, and so that gospel plus some twang and a little bit of soul and a little bit of that spiritual type music.
Oh, nice.
So old spirituals. Yeah.
And that's again the influence of your grandmother and just church and whatnot.
For sure.
Very cool. Well, I guess where can we find more about you online, socials, all that good stuff?
If you go to crystalyatesmusic.com, you can find me on socials. It's Crystal Yates Music. So
very good.
Come
Crystal,
say hi.
thanks so much for talking to us for a minute. Okay.
Thank you.
Good luck. All right. We hope you win.
Thank you.
Everybody wins, but right now I hope you win.
Okay.
Crystal Yates, everybody. It's TCMA's. We're live on UvaldeRadio.net.
Thank you.
Need to run like wheels need to roll. Where that rubber meets a red dirt road. I need your kiss like a cooler needs cans. Like your body needs my two hands. So baby, climb on up and slide on in. High as a kite, feeling free as the wind. Find that buckle next to me in the middle. You can grab my gears, but don't you play me like a fiddle. We can tie one on and come unwound. Turn up the heat when the sun goes down. No, they don't call it a truck bed for nothing. Yeah, you know that's right. Nothing's better than a Silverado Saturday night. Got money to burn like gas in the tank. Got the perfect spot there down by the bank. Got my old Zepco with a 10-pound line. So kick off your boots, now it's time to shine. So baby, come on up and slide on in. High as a kite, feeling free as the wind. Find that buckle next to me in the middle. You can grab my gears, but don't you play me like a fiddle. We can tie one on and come unwound. Turn up the heat when the sun goes down. They don't call it a truck bed for nothing, yeah, you know that's right. Nothing's better than a Silverado Saturday night. No, there's nothing better than a Silverado Saturday night. It's just you and me underneath the moon. We'll be dancing with the stars. Yeah, I'll show you what they mean when they sing about fishing in the dark. So baby, climb on up, slide on in. High as a kite, feeling free as the wind. Find that buckle next to me in the middle. You can grab my gears, but don't you play me like a for nothing, yeah, you know that's right. Nothing's better than a Silverado. They don't call it a truck bed for nothing, yeah, you know that's right. Nothing's better than a Silverado. They don't call it a truck bed for nothing, yeah, you know that's right. Nothing's better than a Silverado Saturday night. Silverado Saturday night.